headset plugged in fully.
All good. Make sure this is good. Check. Q. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Make sure it's coming from this one. Okay. Ryan?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure you're still there.
Yep, I'm making my picks right now.
Make sure you're still there. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Ryan was doing a sound check. Go ahead and talk to me.
Hey AJ, how are you tonight?
You are good, and let me see how mine is. Check. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Check 1 2. Well, Patrick says we're coming in clear, so I don't know why it was just sounding like a robot there for a second.
The good old robot echo. I love that.
It seems like if I adjust my gain, though, it changes it up a little bit for me. I think I'm just going to leave it right where it's at.
Nice. Yeah, we had a guy come out to give us an estimate on our roof.
Well, it'd probably help if I shared the stream out there and all that. Alright. Oh, I should probably throw this back to pre, huh? Alright, let me pull the chat back up. What's going on, Patrick?
I'll be in the chat 1 second. Thinking of my dark horse.
It's easy, Bubba. There it is.
Nope. I got it. Save that. Close that. Trying to find the truck entry list.
You're really not going with Bubba?
No. Nope. I got a dark horse.
Wait a minute.
Photo. Shit, I gotta turn down my.
I'm just curious for a second.
Yeah, what's up?
Hang on. I wonder if this has to do anything with my audio. Hold on.
What?
Check, 1, 2. 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 So this is picking up audio from... Check, 1, 2. Check, 1, 2. Aha! I figured out my audio issues.
What was it?
I had two microphones. It was picking up from my webcam microphone, and it was picking up from my regular microphone. And that's why it kept sounding like that the last couple weeks.
Because you got two turntables.
Yes. Yep.
Where it's at.
Yep. So now everything's working. Everyone should hear me a lot better now. All right. So, with that being said, let me pull this up. All right, you ready, Ryan?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, rolling in. Oh, hold on. Hang on, let me move my drinks here. Actually, I can leave that there. All right. All right, rolling intro. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 94 of the Loose Lugs podcast. I'm your host, AJ. After a week of being off, with me as always, my co-host, Ryan. What's going on, Ryan?
What is going on, AJ? How the hell are you? I've seen you've been playing a lot of softball, man. Let's tell the folks how that's going right now.
Oh, yeah, we've been playing. I play 3 nights a week right now.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, the most in a week I'll play is about 5 games in those 3 days. So it's been pretty fun. Not the reason why last week we couldn't be on here though.
No. Yeah, I was getting my rear end kicked at work last week. Getting it kicked again this week too. But hey, guess what? We're back. We're ready to go. I know that. So
Yeah, well,
explain to the folks what happened.
Appears a ceiling fan I've got decided it was going to be a pain in the neck one Thursday morning, and it was going to break. When I hit, so like the way my house is set up is like the fans have continuous power going to them, and so when it's got the continuous power going to them, the fan is controlled by the pull chain, like the actual motor of the fan. So basically, the fan wasn't shutting off now because the pull chain was sucked up inside the little chain switch on it. And so I took it apart. First I go to Lowe's, grab the wrong part to replace it with. Then I go to Home Depot so I know I get the right part for it. And when I go to Home Depot to get the right part, put all the wires in. It's already like 8 o'clock at night. I get the wires put in, everything screwed back up, everything mounted, turn the power back on. Well, I could turn the fan to high and low setting, or medium setting. I can't turn it to low or off. So I just had a fan all weekend running continuously on. It was not a good time. Finally got a new fan put up yesterday, and it's now controlled by the switch. So even if that ever happens again, I can just shut it off and don't have to shut off all the power.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so no air conditioning running?
No, I mean the air conditioning's running, but I like to sleep with the fan on at night. And just this time the fan was on nonstop, and it was at a setting that was pretty high to make it a little bit chilly. And it just wasn't ideal. But
it makes you feel any better. It's been 70 here the last couple days.
To make you feel better, Ryan, I think we hit 85 today.
I'm glad I'm not down there.
It is 81 right now currently. It's going to be a high of 88 tomorrow, a high of 90 Saturday. But I digress to say that when the power shut off, it had reset all the settings on my computer yesterday. Right. So we had a little bit of an audio issue going on pre-show. If you're watching on our live stream, you'll know about that if you were tuned in then. So I'm hoping that the audio is pretty clear. If not, I'll have it cleared up tomorrow or next week when we record. And also, if you've been noticing an echo the last couple weeks, that's because apparently I've had 2 mics running at the same time without knowing. So that's all squared away. If it sounds messed up for this one, I promise it'll be fixed next week when we record. And then after next week, Ryan, we go into a bye week, an Easter off week.
Oh, yes, that's right, yeah.
So
Easter's right around the corner.
We've got that coming up. Ryan, this past weekend, I watched the Bristol Dirt Nationals, and I've got to say, it was on Race XR Plus. You had to buy it, a subscription to the website in order to get the pay-per-view, which was like $35. And don't get me wrong, it was great, but I'm only using it for that event. I'm probably going to cancel my subscription here today after the show.
Oh, nice. But
the broadcast coverage was great. There was no issues with it. I watched all the free stuff that they put on during the week, like the weekday features and heat races and things like that. It was an awesome event, a great broadcast. Like I said, you had Austin Dillon won the crate late model race. Larson finished second in his, I believe. He was in the super late, like 10,000 to win or whatever it was. But it was just entertaining all around. I even think a four-wheeler got sent barrel rolling down the front straightaway at Bristol.
I've seen that video on their Facebook page. Bristol's Facebook and I do believe Twitter page, plus a lot of fan view has been showing up on Twitter from what you were watching there, AJ. So if anybody gets a chance, man, them cars were hauling around that speedway.
Yeah, it was a really good event. It was fast, nowhere near as fast as what you're going to see this weekend there. I'm sorry, this last weekend is going to be a lot faster than what we're going to have this weekend with the Cup cars. I think they were knocking off like 16-second lap times, maybe even quicker. I think in the Cup cars you'll see probably about 19 to 20 seconds if you're on a real good lap. But this weekend is going to be a really fun weekend.
I watched the iRacing last night from the Bristol Dirt last night, and man, I've never laughed so hard at a broadcast last night because Boyer and Logano were in studio while they're doing the iRacing, and you know how Boyer is with iRacing, and he was a laugh a minute last night.
I did not catch it last night because I was still messing around with a ceiling fan then, so It's just been a.
I'm not gonna mention who won. So.
No, I mean I've got who won written down here in the in the news section, but no. How was your weekend, Ryan? What did you do over the weekend?
The previous weekend we celebrated Logan and my grandma's 94th birthday.
Happy birthday!
Yes, definitely happy birthday. I had some corned beef, potatoes, all the fixings. Logan enjoyed his cake. I'm going to probably put that video. It's a longer video, about a 5-minute video of us singing "Happy Birthday" and him devouring the cake. I'll probably post it on our Twitter page. Last weekend, just kind of hung out. Logan got a haircut. Like I said, watched the Atlanta race. I missed the entire truck race, but I saw who won, and I'm like, I don't think I really missed much of anything on that. So I skimmed over it last night. I do have some breaking news. That's right, breaking news.
I mean, is it enough for me to play the sounder?
You can play the sound bit if you want to.
All right, I'll play the sounder for you. Ryan, what is your breaking news?
One half of the Loose Lugs podcast will be going to the race out at MIS August 22nd. I had purchased my tickets last Friday at work.
There you go. Attaboy.
Right. I was talking to the operator. I know, technology, that's not for me to order stuff online. So I do it the old-fashioned way. Call somebody. I'm like, I missed it last year. I want to go. I'm ready to go. But I got row 27. So we're sitting pretty high up. So just got to find that one other person to go with me. I offered the ticket to my brother, and I got a couple others in mind if he does not want to go.
Well, ask Tony to go.
I did that, and he declined.
Oh, come on. We got to get him out there. He's got to get his Bubba gear. Every Sunday he posts on our group chat. Go Bubba. He hasn't been in our chat these last couple weeks during the show.
Yeah. I know last Thursday was his daughter Lily's second birthday, so I know we're a week late, Lily, but happy birthday.
Yep, happy birthday. Before
6 days apart.
We canceled last week, so I couldn't say it last week. But then the weekend prior, I went to the 417 Southern Speedway and saw some sportsman cars in action. It was a pretty good time.
Did you see the video that you sent? Very awesome track.
Yeah, it's fun.
I know. I'm counting down the days till Memorial Day weekend. Back to when I go up to the dirt track up at Merritt Speedway. I might attend a race or two at Flat Rock Speedway this year, or maybe even Mount Pleasant Speedway, because from what I've been hearing, the governor is opening up things to limited capacity. But if I can get to the dirt track or the local short track around here, I'm definitely going to check that out. I may even take a drive down to Toledo Speedway as well.
Whoa, going into a state that you don't normally like to be in.
No, but it's still close enough to Michigan where I'm all right.
All right, Ryan, what do you say we go to some gas and go? We got a little bit to go over from the weeks before that we missed, but not too much, just a quick glance over, and then we got some races to go over. So what do you say we get in some gas and go?
All right.
Gas and Go is where we go over the prior race weekend, and we're going to touch on the races that happened that we missed last week. Just a quick, who won, top 5 kind of deal. The Camping World Truck Series, however, did not race in Phoenix the week that we missed, so the Camping World Truck Series in the action Saturday before the Xfinity race from Atlanta, where Kyle Busch wins. New year, same story in the Truck Series side. Kyle Busch just dominates his way around to another Truck Series win. Really a dominating day from Kyle Busch Motorsports with John Hunter Nemechek. He won the first 2 stages, and then naturally Kyle won the race. There really wasn't much to miss here, folks. And I, in the chat, in our YouTube chat, for those that are listening on your podcast platform, you're not going to see this, but Tony just came into the chat. So He is here. He is finally back. Welcome back, Tony.
Yeah, Tony's great.
The Truck Series, you didn't really you didn't really miss much in this, folks. You missed a dominating performance from Kyle Busch and team, and that was pretty much it.
I wanted to mention too on last week's show, but unfortunately, you had your issue and everything like that, which was all good. But Atlanta Motor Speedway said that they had sold out their Sunday portion of the tickets, what they were selling, but they are also selling the tickets for Saturday. For Saturday, you've got the Truck Series and the Xfinity Series all for one.
Oh yeah,
so,
yeah.
Atlanta Motor Speedway has something going here with the two of the series in one day. I mean, we did it last year with the pandemic when we did the return to racing. Atlanta Motor Speedway, I think, stumbled onto something here.
They have. The only problem with AMS right now is it desperately needs that repave now. There was that time where it's really cool because it eats away tires.
Yep.
But now it's just to the point where the racing is starting to hurt from not being able to have that repave, and it's time to get that done. I think by next year it needs to be done.
I also say too, with, on the Cup aspect, instead of a 500-mile race, go to 400. I think
yeah. The Xfinity race was perfect. It was, it was short. It felt short enough that you kind of remembered just about everything that happened from the race. When you get to the Cup race, with it being 300 and some odd laps or whatever it was, 325 laps, you're going through these stages, and it's like, geez, is this thing ever going to end?
Yeah, the first stage, 105 laps.
Kyle Larson led 200 and something laps of this race, the Sunday race. So, Atlanta just needs a repay. The way they handled their Saturday tickets was great. I thought that was awesome. It's just now it's time to get the on-track performance to be, to be better. And I just, the only downside to a repave is it always becomes, so grippy. It becomes one groove at that point, but I don't know. Like I said, Kyle Busch dominated in this one. Stage winners, like I said, first and second stage was John Hunter Nemechek, and your race winner was Kyle Busch, who then flew via helicopter, plane, one of the two, to Bristol to race in the Dirt Nationals later that evening. Did I say fly down? Fly up. I meant fly up.
Oh, yeah, because Atlanta, it's not that far.
Helicopter ride. No. I don't know if he helicoptered or plane, and I have no clue. But top 5, Kyle Busch. I put KFB on the notes, and I almost said it. Austin Hill, John Hunter Nemechek, Johnny Sauter, and Sheldon Creed. Your Truck Series standings following Atlanta here, as I pull it up. John Hunter Nemechek, Ben Brode, Sheldon Creed, Matt Crafton, Stuart Friesen, Austin Hill, Johnny Sauter, Zane Smith, Grant Enfinger, and Carson Hochevar. I heard it pronounced the other day, and I was like, got it. I'm down with it.
I think they're saying Hosever.
Hosever? Let's say Hosever.
Well, we'll hear it. We'll hear it Saturday.
I need it phonetically spelled. Is what I need. Just give me it phonetically spelled, and I'll be fine. I'll be A-okay.
That's right.
All right, moving on to the Xfinity Series run. The next race for the Truck Series is Bristol Dirt this Saturday night, 8:00 p.m. Eastern on FS1. The Xfinity's.
Yeah, they have the qualifying races on too. On FS1, I do believe it's at 4 o'clock, if I'm not mistaken. Let me do a quick check for you guys on that. But if you want to start talking about the
Xfinity Series. A couple weeks ago, they were in Phoenix, where Austin Cindric got the win. Top 5 in that one was Austin Cindric, Ty Gibbs, Brandon Brown, solid run to finish 3rd. Riley Herbst and AJ Allmendinger round out your top 5.
Really quickly, right here, I got it on the good old TV guide. The qualifying races for the Truck Series start at 4:30, and then the Cup one is on at 6 with the Truck race, as you said, AJ, 8 o'clock, Fox Sports 1.
So Saturday, be in front of your TVs.
Pretty much.
Or at least in the afternoon.
And then you have March Madness, too.
Yeah. Sweet 16 starts, right?
Yep, no comment on my bracket, but go blue.
Yeah, I think all of our brackets were pretty much done by the second day.
Yeah.
Thanks, Oral Roberts. I appreciate that one.
That's right.
So, Saturday after the truck race, the Xfinity Series was in action from Atlanta Motor Speedway, where Justin Allgaier finally turns around for Junior Motorsports, who had just been struggling to start the season. Gets the win in Atlanta, kind of steals it there from Martin Truex Jr., who had, hands down, the best car all day, and just lost it on pit road with a speeding penalty there in the final stage. And honestly, the way Martin Truex Jr. came through the field, I was like, he's gonna still win this thing. He had that much better of a car. I just think in clean air, any lead car was going to be able to kind of maintain it in front of him,
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, I thought, Truex got that speeding penalty. I told the wife and I told my mom, I'm like, watch out for this, 54 car. He's going to make his way right through the field. And I seen him in third, and I'm like, he's going to catch Allgaier here. But, like you said, you caught him, but he couldn't make the pass on him.
Yeah, later on in that race, when he's coming back to the field, he's passing Noah Gragson there for third. And Noah, who got into an early wreck in this one, they got the car fixed up, and he was running in the top three there on that final run as MTJ was passing him. And I was amazed by that team. Not to take away from anything that Justin Allgaier did. Gorgeous looking car, a great win for that team. That team really was needing it. They've been improving every week since Daytona. But later on in the pits, you see an interview from Noah Gragson going on, and Daniel Hemrick comes up, and Daniel Hemrick is not too happy. It would appear. I didn't know of what because I missed the beginning half of the Xfinity race. I didn't see what happened on pit road prior, so I'll get to that. But Hemrick wasn't happy, gives Noah a shove. Noah tries to come in with the right hook, misses.
That's a good right hook.
It is. It was a good right. If that connected, that was going to hurt. But it looks like Hemrick may have connected with his right little jab there, maybe. I don't know if he connected or not. I thought he missed, but everyone after that was saying they think he hit him. Crew guy comes in, wraps up Hemrick. Gragson tries to go over the top with another right, and I think that one connects. But an all-out melee breaks out on pit road post-race. There was a crew guy who turned around and smacked somebody right in the face. I think it was someone from the 18 pit crew. I'm not sure. It was just an all-out melee.
We haven't had one of those in a minute.
No, it was nice. The downside to all this is it's always Noah Gragson in the middle of all this, it seems. I love the attention. I
do too.
I love the personality. It's just unfortunate that it keeps being him at the center of all of this. And I will say that some Tony Stewart comparisons came out, and I want you to know who said that a couple weeks ago on a special podcast. But apparently Daniel Hemrick was upset with earlier on. It looks like Hemrick pulls into the 9 box, and the 9 messes up his entry into the pit box. 18 has to back up. It looks like Noah had to back up to fit right properly without getting penalized in his pit box, and he tapped, and I can't express this enough, Ryan. He tapped just like that, tapped the front bumper of the 18 while he's on pit road, and you would think the reaction on Twitter that he had just murdered somebody on pit road, like just straight up ran him over with the car, threw it forward, or threw it back in reverse, ran him over again. Like, you would think by the reactions that that's what happened, but no, he tapped the car.
In Atlanta,
tap, Ryan, right?
Exactly.
Tap, like just like that. I don't think it was intentional. Everyone says, well, it was intentional because of the finger that Noah throws out the window. No, I think that was Noah expressing his frustration after the fact of hitting him. But if you look, if I'm Noah Gragson and I'm trying to purposely hit another car on pit road, I am hitting it a lot harder than what he hit him at. And I even tweeted that on Saturday night. Like, if you thought this was at all intentional, he would have cleaned out that front nose of the 18 when he was trying to put it in his pit stall.
Of course.
I just think that it was just it was an accident. He's not meaning to hit that car there. He's got to back up as far as possible to fit without penalty in his own pit box.
And especially at Atlanta Motor Speedway, too, where the pit boxes are so narrow, one of the most narrow pit boxes on the circuit. Get back in your pit box. Yeah, like you said, he tapped them. But then you have people, I think Jeff Gordon was one of them, said that it was uncalled for the 9 to do what he did. The 9's getting his pit box. He has every right to get in his pit box.
It's a high-pressure situation, Ryan.
Yeah.
Like,
whether he wants to back up into the pit box like he did, or get out onto the track and go back around and lose valuable track position. He did what was best for Noah Gragson at that time, and guess what? He ended up 4th in the race because of that.
Yeah, I mean, could Noah have done differently? Sure, but I want to see all these guys speaking that was uncalled for and all that, put themselves in the same exact scenario and see how they do it, you know? It's
do the same thing.
Yeah, you're thinking about track position. It's I think it was later in the race, right? It was it the final pit stop?
Yeah.
So if it was the final pit stop, I mean, it's 20-something laps to go at that point. I mean, just... and it wasn't even like he cleaned out the 18, Ryan. It was a tap. He just tap. He couldn't even have knocked it off the jack with how softly he tapped it. I mean, just... And everyone's like, well, he could have... But he didn't. He did not hit anybody. And he tapped the car. I've been hit with mosquitoes harder than that.
It's like, here's this thing. It's like say you're at the supermarket or the store, or the mall, and you go to a parking spot, but then you see one, but then you pass it, you back up and you park into it. Basically what Noah Gragson did. He went to his parking spot, which is his pit box. He overshot it. I'm going to back up to get into it. Exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Lord knows I pass up some good spots at the supermarket.
The only thing I hate about all this, Ryan, is it kind of overshadows Justin Allgaier winning and how great of a story that is for the whole JRM team for struggling as the way they have this season. But I'm glad they didn't penalize either driver for what happened in NASCAR. It didn't need it. Had it not been the driver who was involved with it, no one would be clamoring for any suspensions, fines, penalties, things like that. You know?
I've been reading a lot on Twitter too, and everybody's like, "No one needs to be toned down. No, he doesn't.
Nah, man, he's always amped. It's great.
It's great." Called me because I had talked to my dad because they re-showed the Xfinity race on Sunday early morning, and I called my dad. I'm like, "Hey, did you see what happened in the Xfinity race?" He's like, "No." Turn it on, you see, and he's like, "The 9 didn't do anything wrong."
No, he's trying to get back in this pit stall, man. It just so happened he backed up too far into the 18. It was nothing more than that. It didn't need to be looked at anything more than that.
The only thing I can see is, where people could get mad. Maybe could have been a pit crew member in the way. Understand. There's nobody near there was no pit crew member near.
And Ryan, there's the post-comments, the post-race comment, or the post-incident comment from Noah. You've seen where what his career's been. I'm like, oh my gosh. Ouch.
The one about the one at Homestead.
The dipshits in the way. Like, I mean, he gives you a line every week, man. He gives you a quote every week. How can you not enjoy that?
Dude, Noah Gregson's cut out for some wrestling promos, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah. It seems like we're talking a lot about junior motorsports drivers here, Ryan. How about Josh Berry going through the infield grass, cleaning that out?
Can you imagine the spotter? You spin out. Hey, go down pit road. He makes that sharp right to go back on, cut through the grass. The spotter's like, "What are you?" Never mind.
I mean, that thing went airborne. Like, it was airborne. It was standing on the back wheels, man.
It's like how you jump when you're a kid riding bikes and you jump on the curbs and everything like that. That's what that felt like. That's what it looked like.
Did you see the tweet I put up after that, Ryan?
I did, yeah.
Josh Berry to the infield grass, and it's a picture from him the week before flipping the birds.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Both drivers in the booth, I think it was Ryan Blaney and Tyler Reddick,
Yep.
all said what we've been preaching for the last eon: synthetic grass or make the cars higher.
Or just don't hit the grass.
That too.
Let's throw another one in there. Don't hit the grass.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't. I mean, come on.
I mean, certain situations you can't avoid it, but just avoid the grass. Don't go down the grass. If you're trying to avoid something or avoid a wreck, oh well, you know.
Yep.
Either you tear up the race car or you take a speeding penalty down pit road. You know?
That is true. I mean, it's unreal though, how that car got in the air like that.
Yeah, no, I agree. Stage winners.
I sent Tony the video of that too, and he's like, holy cow.
Yeah. Stage winners this one, first and second stage for Martin Truex Jr., and your race winner was Justin Allgaier. Your top five: Justin Allgaier, Martin Truex Jr., Harrison Burton. I think it was Harrison. I didn't designate which Burton. Noah Gragson and AJ Allmendinger. Your standings following Atlanta. We're just guessing on the Burton side of things.
Yeah, it wasn't Jeb. It was Harrison. Yeah, it's Harrison Burton third.
So your standings are Austin Cindric, AJ Allmendinger, Daniel Hemrick, Myatt Snyder, Justin Allgaier, Harrison Burton, Justin Haley, Jeb Burton, Brandon Jones, Jeremy Clements, Brandon Brown, Riley Herbst, and that completes your top 12. Ryan, it's going to be really interesting because I'm scrolling down here and I see Noah Gragson outside the top 12 in points right now. Mike Lynette outside the top 12 in points right now. Trying to find some other drivers on here.
Like the big names?
Yeah, it's just Ryan Sieg, who was in the playoffs last year.
Yep.
It's we're getting time to not desperation. It's too early for desperation, but it's time to see some strong performances out of those drivers.
Yes, it is.
Hopefully,
not this weekend, but the next race. I think it's Martinsville.
It is. The next race is Martinsville in 2 weeks. On FS1, we'll have the times and all that when we do our show right before Martinsville.
Touche.
But Ryan, now we have the NASCAR Cup Series. They were in action from Phoenix 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago or a week ago? 2 weeks ago. We'll just go with 2 weeks ago. Truex passes Logano late to win that race. It came on a late race restart, and what was really a kind of a boring race, if you ask me.
Minus some restarts, going below.
I think Brad Kay took a whole brand new lane all the way down there. They're going to have to remodel that track for him.
Yeah, and that was on lap 1, 2 that he did that.
Yeah.
He might have taken the pit wall with him.
Oh, yeah. Top 5 in that one was Martin Truex Jr., Joey Logano, Denny Hamlin, Brad Keselowski, and Chase Elliott. So on Sunday, from Atlanta, Kyle Larson looks like he's running away with this race. Won the first stage, won the second stage, absolutely dominating performance. Then comes in Ryan Blaney, snagging that win, stole it right from Kyle Larson. During that whole sequence, Kyle Larson was trying to put Joey Logano a lap down, couldn't. The only issue I had with this, Ryan, and I don't believe in blaming drivers for holding up other guys, but man, after Blaney took the lead, did it not feel like Logano just laid over for both of them after that? Okay. I mean,
I took the life that too. I mean, give credit to where credit's due for Ryan Blaney. From what was it, like a 2-second, 3-second to come back and to take it like he did?
Yeah.
I mean, hats off to him, but excuse me. But like you said, as soon as Blaney got around him, it's like Logano did that. I'm going to turn right while you go below me and pass me, or I'm going to take the longer way around while you pass.
Yeah, and the funny side of it was when Larson came on the radio and it's like, I hate Joey Logano.
Yep.
And
that was the quote of the weekend.
Blaney was catching Larson, no doubt about it. He was probably going to catch him there at the end. I think Larson just used up all his stuff too early there on that final run, and it led to Blaney being able to catch him and pass him for the win. But
he definitely had the best car, though. 5.
Yeah, if 5 had the best car, let's say he puts Logano a lap down, are we talking about a whole different outcome? I don't know. Like I said about the Xfinity race, once that car's in clean air, there's no telling what's going to happen if you can even pass that leader. But
exactly.
Unfortunate for Larson, but as a Hendrick Motorsports fan, it kind of makes you happy because you're seeing speed out of the Hendrick cars this year, out of all the Hendrick cars, besides the 9 who blew a motor again. Or not again, but blew a motor and didn't finish the race. And it's been a shit season.
The 48 was showing speed this weekend, too, which was good to see.
Yeah. I mean, the
24, AJ, it's between him and Larson are the two best guys that so far this year in the Hendrick camp.
Yeah, the only thing I can bank on is that Chase always starts slow every season, it seems.
Exactly.
So
I think he's like Tony Stewart. When those tracks become hot and slick, that was his time to shine.
Yeah, then the summertime can't get here quick enough then because this sucks. Chase blew his motor. I think it stemmed from some damage that happened a little bit earlier on a restart with Kurt Busch and Denny Hamlin. The 18 ended up spinning its tires on the outside. The 9 went in the back of them, checked up. Kurt Busch tried to check up and just got sent into the wall, ran right through, sent into the wall. Now, I don't know if you've noticed on Twitter this past couple weeks, Ryan, the Denny Hamlin versus Kyle Busch deal that's going on between team meetings and things like that. Well, Kyle Busch tweets out on Monday, at Denny Hamlin, where are you? And it's him at the team meeting. And Denny responds with buying your brother flowers.
Denny's been pretty good on Twitter lately. I may not be the biggest 11 fan, as we all know. But like you said, some of the things he's putting on Twitter have been awesome.
Yeah, no, it's been a pretty entertaining time. But yeah, it just unfortunate there for both the 1 and the 9. It is what it is. It happens.
The 1 cars look pretty strong this year too.
Yeah, he has. He's had cars that been real competitive, especially at the road course, till he decided he was just going to drive it through the grass.
He wanted to do a little Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah. Honestly, Ryan, though, that's all I got in this race. They're really.
I want to touch on something too. What happened after the race? Like you said, it was the Kyle Larson dominance until the final 10, 15 laps when Blaney passed him. But Blaney gets out, does his victory and everything like that. He runs up to get the flag, spots a young man wearing a Ryan Blaney shirt in the crowd. Points this young man down. Young man comes down, fist bump. Blaney hands him the flag and everything like that. That right there, I know it's a Ryan Blaney trademark tradition that he always does. Is it me or do the drivers really miss their fans?
No, I mean, yeah. And you know what the beautiful thing of all that is? You just created a fan for life right there.
Yeah, exactly. That kid's going to hang on. Like, everybody was high-fiving him. I guess Boyer and Gordon seen him, as they were coming down from the broadcast booth. Yeah, high-fiving this young man. How cool is that? I mean, the kid, I'd say no more than 12 years old. Memories for life. He's a fan for life. He had the Blaney shirt on, too, which was cool.
Yeah. No, it was pretty cool.
And it basically, I think it's Blaney's way to give him back to the fans. Like, hey, we've missed you guys. Every interview, whether it be Trucks, Cup, Xfinity, hey, we missed the fans. Glad to hear the cheers from the crowd or the boos, depending on who wins the race and everything like that.
Yeah.
It's so cool to see him back.
Yes, sir.
For August.
now you're going to say it on every show from here until then.
Not every show, maybe every other show.
Yeah. Stage winners, first 2 stages dominated by Kyle Larson. The race winner who stole it was Ryan Blaney. Top 5, Ryan Blaney, Kyle Larson, Alex Bowman, Denny Hamlin, and Kyle Busch. Standings following Atlanta are Kyle Larson, Denny Hamlin, Martin Truex Jr., Ryan Blaney, William Byron, Joey Logano, Christopher Bell, Brad Keselowski, Michael McDowell, Kevin Harvick, Chase Elliott, Chris Buescher, Kyle Busch, Austin Dillon, Alex Bowman, and Kurt Busch. Rounds out your top 16.
Another solid effort from the 24 team this weekend. 3 straight 8th place finishes. Let's
Buescher being 12th in points. That's crazy.
I like that. I like to see the Roush guys, but yeah, the 24, 3 straight 8th place finishes. I'll take 3 straight top 10s.
Oh, I'm sure you will.
Hopefully, you can get a couple more stage wins.
Yeah, no, I understand that from your perspective.
Yep.
You know,
but they've looked strong. He said it last night after the iRacing event that there's so much chemistry with that team right now, and you can hear it every week on the scan. But hopefully they can keep that up this weekend. Going to be a tough task though on the dirt.
Oh yeah, this is a crapshoot this weekend, man. Like you said, Ryan, the dirt race, Bristol Dirt. It is Sunday, 3:30 p.m. Eastern on Fox, along with the heat race times that Ryan was telling you earlier.
Yep.
What do you say we get?
Fun to watch.
What do you say we get to some news, Ryan?
All right.
All right, some news this week. Well, last couple weeks that we've missed. Some tracks are allowing more and more fans to be attending the races. Richmond is now hosting reduced capacity. Martinsville is hosting limited fans. There was another one here. The grandstand capacity is reached for the Bristol Truck and Cup races and the qualifying on Saturday.
Oh, wow.
So that's pretty sweet. And the governor of Virginia is loosening some COVID restrictions, so who knows what capacity Richmond and Martinsville will be allowed to operate once those race weeks come. We'll see. So pretty cool. More and more fans coming. So yeah.
Like I said, as of right now, I think every track is able to have fans, to my knowledge.
Yeah, I think so. Were there fans in Vegas? There was fans in Vegas, right?
Yeah. There's been fans at every race so far this year.
Huh.
Vegas had, I think, one of the bigger crowds. It looked like from a TV aspect. You know how you go when you're there, you look like, oh man, every seat's full. Then you come on TV and you're like, oh, I guess there wasn't a lot of people. But it to me, like I said, it looked like it was packed at on TV for Vegas.
Yeah. All right. Cool. William Byron won the eNASCAR iRacing Pro Invitational Series at the virtual Bristol Motor Speedway. That is a mouthful of a headline. But yeah.
Yeah, no kidding.
Byron won it. I don't think Junior or Chase qualified for it, right?
Junior and Chase didn't qualify. What happened to Dale Jr. was Clint Boyer.
Was Clint Boyer?
Yeah, oh yeah.
The Let Timmy Race thing, that was pretty cool. That was a little Twitter movement, the whole hashtag. Because it was dumb, man. If you didn't have like a paid charter or something like that, you didn't get to race in that event. And it's like the dude won one of the races last year when it started. How can you not let him in? And Austin Cindric took a ride from Brad Keselowski, or took a spot from Brad Keselowski. Cindric then turned around and tweeted to Brad saying, "Hey, can we let this go to Timmy Hill? I'm a little sore. I'm a little tired." And then that happened. So it was cool. It was a cool little movement that took a couple days to come to fruition. And it happened.
22. They had all the drivers are streaming it, obviously, but they have Garrett Smithley, I think it is. He's got the microphone right up against his face as he's leaning into the turn and all that. It was entertaining. The commentary last night: Mike Joy, Gordon, Boyer, Logano throwing jokes at each other, and Logano got caught up in one of the accidents, and they're like, "Oh, 20 seconds later, here comes Logano, smacks Corey LaJoie or somebody like that." It was an entertaining evening.
Yeah, and sticking on the iRacing train here, NASCAR is to run an iRacing event on the Chicago street course, and it could lead to an actual race, apparently. I just don't know if these cars can run a street course. I don't know if it would be entertaining. You know what I mean? Because it's too tight. Cool. It's another road course, great, but it's too tight of a road course, I think.
I was trying to save this for later in the show, but AJ, time to rant.
No, you know what? Hold on. Let me get through social media, and then it's your rant time.
Okay.
Because then we can lead right into it.
That's all the news.
That's all I got for the news.
I'm frozen on my side on the YouTube screen. I like it.
It's because I got the other link open for everything else.
I look good though.
See, you're back now.
I look good.
Hey, you look all right.
I got the like. Right. I don't know if
social media. We're getting through this now. Social media, we are at 2,583 downloads on Podbean, iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, all that good stuff. 389 followers on Twitter, 83 likes on Facebook, 25 subscribers on YouTube. New follower shoutouts this week include we have Nicholas, Randy, Fishing Crazy, Chris, Brendan, Nicholas, Vance, Ben, and Ryan Barney, the iRacing flagman.
Yes! All right.
That's like a real life superhero right there.
They did a special on him last night, and it was great because they're talking to some of the flagmen for NASCAR, and they're like, "Man, the guy, he's a celebrity, and I can't wave the green flag or any flag like that."
Didn't one of them, like one of the races, they actually waved it? Just like
it was the I thought it was one of the returns to racing. I think it was the Xfinity Darlington race. I thought
I'm gonna have to look it up after the show because that was hilarious. That was hilarious. Podcast shoutouts. We have the Lap Traffic Podcast, PTM Racing Podcast, 3 Wide NASCAR Podcast with EG3, Side Draft Podcast, and the Final Lap Weekly. Places you can find us: we are on Podbean, iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio, TuneIn. You can ask Alexa to play us. You can do all that stuff by searching in your search bar on those sites, the Loose Lugs Podcast. Make sure you subscribe, follow, turn on that notification bell. So this way you can hear Ryan always ding.
Ding.
Whenever we upload new content, you just hear Ryan ding.
Ding.
On Twitter, we are at Lugs Podcast. You can tweet about the show using the hashtag LugsPod, and on Facebook, in your search bar, the Loose Lugs Podcast. Ryan, your personal Twitter handle, my friend?
RRuncola88.
All right, now it is time for your rant. You can go ahead and rant about what you wanted to rant about earlier, and I'm just going to step back.
All right, guys. I hope everybody has enjoyed these last few weeks. Watching some good racing. Yeah, it may not be the good side-by-side racing we've always seen, but we're enjoying it nonetheless because NASCAR is here. We're ready to go. I have a very big gripe to get off my chest right now, and it's what AJ mentioned earlier in the news about iRacing going to Chicago, the street course of Chicago. These cars are not meant for street. These cars are going to tear the crap out of that street course in Chicago if they do run it. If you want to do a test there to see what happens, because like AJ said, the track will not be wide enough. It'll be a single file choo-choo. Like we all know about single file choo-choos, right, AJ?
Yeah, but it just reminds me a lot of it's going to be Monaco without the entertainment.
Yeah, exactly. I get you want to go to these big, this nice city, Chicago. Okay, what about if they say they run it? They're gonna go to New York City to try one, and then they're gonna go to LA, then they're gonna go to Toronto. But it's not going to work. I understand you want to do a weekend with the Indy cars, This is why they're trying to do the street course. Stay off the streets. You want to add more road courses? That's fine. Stay off the streets. You don't belong there. I don't want to see it.
Right. It is stock car racing.
Yes, I understand. I just don't.
Doesn't get more stock than a street.
Well, that is true. I mean, I honestly don't want to see it. I really don't. I don't see the entertainment value in it.
Yeah, I don't know. Jesus, the Rangers are beating the Flyers 9-0 again.
Are they really?
Yeah, again. That's back-to-back weeks.
Wow. And the Red Wings are losing 4-0 to the Nashville.
But y'all beat Tampa finally.
I would not know that.
How would you not know that?
I'm not really following much Red Wings.
Yeah, I think last week was the first time in like 21 games or something like that the Red Wings have beat the Lightning.
But yeah, like I said, I quote me if I'm wrong. I don't see the entertainment value on this street course.
Yeah, I don't think it'd be entertaining. This weekend, however, is going to be an absolute blast.
Yeah. You know what else is going to be a blast? Circuit of the Americas, Road America, the Indy Road Course. Just saying.
Daytona Road Course was fun.
Yeah, it was.
Till the weather.
Until the rain came.
Yeah. There we go with that again.
Yeah.
All right.
Like I said, I think COTA is the road, Circuit of Americas. I'm excited for that race like you wouldn't believe. After seeing the testing, some of the videos on the testing, I'm excited.
Yeah, no, trust me, man. I'm right there with you. I don't think these cars should be on the streets. Like the Chicago street course that I saw them do the whole one lap around of, I was
Yeah, there's nowhere to add a chicane.
No turtles.
Yep, no turtle. Ah, man. Next thing you know,
I think we hit the quota this week. We hit the quota. Yeah. We can go to the white flag segment. We can just move on now. We hit the quota.
That's right. We have to say our chicane and
we hit the quota on COTA.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get to the white flag.
Yep.
White flag is where we predict the upcoming race weekend, and Bristol Dirt's going to have the Truck and Cup Series in action. Last 2 weeks, I won 3-2, Ryan.
All right. Can you remind the folks on who I picked last week? Something I've never done in the 3+ years we've been doing this show.
What did you pick? I forget.
I picked
Danny Hamlin. Yeah, I was going to say Danny Hamlin.
I've ever done that.
And it just so happens to be the week that Harvick decides to suck at Atlanta. That never happens. All right, so I lead the season 15-13. I go first on the Truck Series. I'm picking Stuart Friesen.
I'm going to pick Stuart Friesen's wife.
Oh, that a boy.
That's right. Going outside the box here.
She is. That's how they met. Yep. I think she dated Tony Stewart too.
Oh, Tony Stewart's engaged too. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did see that.
Congratulations, Smoke.
Or was it just?
Welcome to the club.
I can't remember if she dated him or not. I don't know.
Yeah, nice to see her I originally had Sheldon Creed, but I'm like, you know what? I'm throwing it out there.
Ryan, this next one, this is just a slam dunk. Too easy to do. Cup Series, I'm going Kyle Larson.
I'm going Christopher Bell.
I already had you penned in for Christopher Bell. Didn't even need to think about it.
Now, do you have my dark horse?
Now for the sleeper, Ryan.
Yep.
Stuart Friesen, again.
Yep. I'm going with the guy that won there last weekend, Austin Dillon.
Oh.
He's sneaky on dirt, too. I think it's going to, I'm definitely looking forward to it. I want to see because I think they're showing practice on Friday, actually.
Tomorrow. I
don't know what time.
That reminds me, Ryan, before we do this, the qualifying races are set. Race 1's going to be Quinn Half, Kyle Larson, Ryan Newman, Denny Hamlin, Martin Truex Jr., Bubba Wallace, Eric Jones, Anthony Alfredo, Shane Golovic. I think that's how you say it. Kurt Busch. Qualifying race number 2, Brad Keselowski, Mike Marlar, Daniel Suarez, Michael McDowell, Josh Bilicki, William Byron, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Christopher Bell, Austin Dillon, Chris Buescher. Race number 3 is Alex Bowman, J.J. Yaley, Ty Dillon, Kevin Harvick, Tyler Reddick, Cole Custer, Cody Ware, Eric Almirola, Joey Logano, Ryan Preece. And race 4 is Corey LaJoie, Matt DiBenedetto, Chris Windom, Kyle Busch, Ross Chastain, Stuart Friesen, Ryan Blaney, Chase Elliott, and Chase Briscoe. There's only 39 entered, so I think all make it.
Yeah, I've seen for the trucks 44 entries for the trucks.
How many entries for the trucks?
44.
Damn. All right, they're pumping them out, huh?
Yeah, good for the truck series, man.
Yeah, look at that. That's the way to do it right there.
Yep. So, AJ, here's my question. You know how they Bristol? I don't know. Yeah, I know. I'm sure you follow them, but they're showing videos of them putting they've been showing the videos of them putting the dirt on.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're going to show videos of them taking the dirt out.
Just wait till this weekend. The Cup Series cars are just going to take it all away.
You know,
Although I think they have World of Outlaws coming there the following weekend.
oh, that'd be a lot of fun right there. Those guys are.
It's cool that Bristol is making an event out of all this. You know,
Yeah.
They had the Dirt Nationals. The Cup Series and Truck Series are coming through. Then they're gonna have the World Outlaws going there next. Like it's pretty sweet that they're getting all this in while they got the dirt on the track.
A lot of a couple of the guys that race up at Merritt, they went down for the down there to the Bristol for that and all that. I guess basically, hey, you can drive, get down here.
Yeah.
I forgot how many cars I seen were entered that week. So
just a couple upcoming notes while I've got the outro rolling now, Ryan.
Yep.
On Twitter, @DaltonGood18, he will be coming on a future show. We're going to do an A-Shock Energy versus Rowdy Energy. Basically just like a little face-off show. Alan Nadeau, 2016, he'll be coming on in a future show. He asked me last week if he could come on, or he'd love to come on and talk about some things. So he's going to come on. Our 100th episode for sure. We'll have Eddie Greer, EG3 on.
that's right.
And that's all I got, Ryan. Hit him with it.
Good guys. Let's get down and dirty. Let's see you at the track.
Dirt and Bristol. Special thanks to Patrick and Tony for coming out and chatting with us in the chat. Thanks for tuning in on this live stream. If you didn't comment on it, thanks for tuning in on all the different great podcast platforms we're on. We appreciate it. It's Bristol, baby, right, Ryan?
It's Bristol Dirt, baby.
Oh, there you go. That's it. We're out. See ya. We'll be back next week.